howl and loathsome evil little cockroach!
Hermione, no! He's not worth it.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 Hermione moments.
Don't worry, I'll go easy on you.
Thanks, Ron.
For this list, we'll be looking at our favorite scenes from the Harry Potter movies featuring the brilliant Hermione Granger. What's your favorite Hermione quote? Let us know in the comments. Number 20. Bonding with Grop, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. In the transition from books to movies, we lost Hermione's crusade to free the house elves. However, we do see her bond with some other magical creatures. For instance, her part Kneazle cat Crookshanks is never far from her side.
It's a cat, Ronald. What do you expect? It's in his nature.
A cat? Is that what they told you? Looks more like a pig with hair, if you ask me.
That's rich, coming from the owner of that smelly old shoe brush. It's all right, Crookshanks. You just ignore the mean little boy.
Her most surprising encounter, though, has to be with Hagrid's half-brother Grop. After a less than auspicious beginning, Hermione shows the giant who's boss, and he takes a shine to her.
Robbie, that is not polite!
You could do something!
We talked about this. You do not grab, do you?
While Ron's not especially impressed, Hermione can't help but be charmed. It's not a hugely important scene, but it's a fun character moment that shows both Hermione's bravery and her softer side. Number 19. Dancing with Harry, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Although Ron and Hermione were the real love story of Harry Potter, the friendships between the trio are equally important. Hermione is the voice of reason, very useful to have around in a crisis, and she often acts as Harry's emotional support.
Me, books and cleverness. There are more important things. Friendship and bravery. And Harry, just be careful.
She spends so much time looking out for him that, when the roles are reversed, it's really nice to see Harry uplifting her when she needs it most. It's often the simplest scenes that are the sweetest. Both actors have great on-screen chemistry, and the movies provide us with some great moments, including this one, that are nothing short of BFF goals. Number 18. Standing up to Lucius Malfoy, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. As a bookish overachiever, you could argue that Hermione might have done well in Ravenclaw. However, you can't deny she's got that daring, nerve, and chivalry that sets real Gryffindors apart. Hermione never shrinks away from challenging authority figures, however powerful or important they are. Whether she's taking on the toxic Rita Skeeter or walking out on Trelawney, she always stands up for herself and others.
Your soul as dry as the pages of the books to which you so desperately cleave.
Although the Malfoys don't see her as such, we know she's more than a match for Draco. When his father tries to belittle her during his first appearance in Chamber of Secrets, Hermione holds her nerve and doesn't back down.
Fear of a name only increases fear of the thing itself.
And you must be Miss Granger. Yes, Draco's told me all about you and your parents.
This early encounter gives us a glimpse of just how tough she really is. Number 17. The Birds and Ron, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Hermione and Ron's relationship was a slow burn, although there were clues from the early days that they were made for each other.
Welcome back, Hermione.
It's good to be back.
Victor Crumb awakens Ron's jealousy in the fourth movie, but it's not until the Half-Blood Prince that the films really begin to explore the romantic connection between Hermione and Ron. Just as the ship seems about to set sail, Lavender Brown comes into the picture. Ron makes a fatal mistake, and Hogwarts knows no fury like Hermione Granger scorned.
What's for the birds?
A pugno.
Still, a new girl is no real threat to a bond 6 years in the making. The love triangle is swiftly dispensed with in one immensely satisfying and adorable scene in the hospital wing.
Shut up.
Number 16. When she made Ron keeper, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Although she's a stickler for the rules in general, Hermione isn't afraid to bend one or two for the people she cares about.
I mean, it's sort of exciting, isn't it? Breaking the rules.
Who are you and what have you done with Hermione Granger?
Usually, it's all for the greater good, but in this particular case, it's only for Ron's greater good. The youngest Weasley brother is a decent Quidditch player when he's on form, but he suffers with nerves. Luckily, during his trial for the Gryffindor team, his future wife is in the stands. She casts a sneaky Confundus charm on Ron's main rival, the obnoxious Cormac McLaggen, putting him out of the running. It might be cheating, but boy do we love to see it. Number 15. Impersonating Bellatrix, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. You couldn't find two witches more different than Hermione Granger and Bellatrix Lestrange. When Hermione takes the form of the Death Eater in the Deathly Hallows Part 2, it's the striking contrast that makes for such a memorable moment.
Well, how do I look?
Hideous.
That and some stellar acting. We're watching Helena Bonham Carter's take on Emma Watson's interpretation of Hermione pretending to be Bonham Carter's original character. It definitely takes some skills to play that.
Madame Lestrange.
I don't like to be kept waiting.
But the seasoned actress captures Watson's movements and mannerisms so perfectly that it's easy to suspend our disbelief. The Gringotts sequence also culminates with another show-stopping Hermione moment. Proving her Gryffindor credentials yet again, she commandeers a dragon guard and secures an impossible escape.
Well, come on then!
Number 14. Just because you've got the emotional range of a teaspoon, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. We love Hermione for her brains and her bravery, but despite her know-it-all persona, she's really a sensitive soul. As the best friend of two occasionally clueless teenage boys, she does more than help with homework.
Ron, you okay?
Yeah, okay. Whew! Lucky we didn't panic.
Lucky Hermione pays attention in herbology.
This scene from The Order of the Phoenix is one of the best examples of Hermione schooling Harry and Ron on girls, and human emotions in general. Harry has just had his first kiss and is still supremely confused about Cho's feelings for him.
Well, how was it?
Wet. I mean, she was sort of crying.
That bad at it, are you?
I'm sure Harry's kissing was more than satisfactory.
Hermione attempts to explain, leaving the boys even more bewildered. It's a lovely little moment that highlights both Hermione's tough love and the warmth of friendship between the trio.
One person couldn't feel all that. It'd explode.
Just because you've got the emotional range of a teaspoon.
Number 13. Holding Up Under Torture, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Outside of the school environment, Hermione is even more valuable to have in your corner. Not only is she always prepared, with a vast knowledge of spellcasting, she thinks fast and stays calm under pressure.
Tell her, Harry! Tell me what? Well, if you won't tell her where it is, I will.
When captured by Umbridge in the Order of the Phoenix, she's quick to concoct a story to get out of trouble, using Umbridge's own fears and prejudices against her. In the Deathly Hallows, she casts a stinging jinx on Harry, so the Snatchers won't recognize him as the boy who lived.
What's your name?
Dudley. Vernon Dudley.
Hermione's darkest hour, however, is at Malfoy Manor, at the mercy of Bellatrix Lestrange. Even when under torture, Hermione protects her friends and doesn't reveal their secrets.
I didn't take anything.
I don't believe it.
Number 12. Brewing the Polyjuice Potion, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Although Harry and Ron were both keen to find out who the heir of Slytherin was in Chamber of Secrets, the Polyjuice Potion was Hermione's brainwave.
Everything's set. We just need a bit of who you're changing into.
Brewing such an advanced and complicated potion was an ambitious move for a second year, not to mention stealing ingredients from a teacher, drugging fellow students, and assuming their identities. But Hermione's at her best when she's breaking the rules. The mission was planned to the letter and carried out with military precision, except for the part where she accidentally used cat hair.
Look at my face.
Look at your tail.
After all her hard work, Hermione had to let the boys go it alone. If she'd been there to organize them, maybe things would have gone over a tad more smoothly.
Why are you wearing glasses?
Reading.
Reading? I didn't know you could read.
Number 11. Escaping the Devil's Snare, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. When Harry, Ron, and Hermione go through the trapdoor at the end of the Philosopher's Stone, it's the first time they're forced to use their bravery and smarts in a real-world situation.
Lucky this plant thing's here, really.
Whoa! Hermione, of course, takes the lead. It's a shame we never got to see her solve Snape's potions riddle, as we do in the books, but she still plays an important part in carrying Harry through to the end.
Stop moving, both of you. This is Devil's Snare. You have to relax. If you don't, it'll only kill you faster.
It's a good thing Hermione pays attention in class, otherwise the boys would have failed at the first hurdle. The young witch defeats Professor Sprout's man-eating Devil's Snare with some fast thinking and a well-placed spell. It's classic Hermione, really.
That's it! Devil's Snare hates sunlight. Luma Solem!
Number 10. Her introduction, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
You're Harry Potter. I'm Hermione Granger. And you are?
The moment that our trio first meets on the Hogwarts Express is an important one, establishing the relationship dynamics that will remain throughout the entire series. Hermione appears on the scene trying to help Neville find his toad.
Has anyone seen a toad? A boy named Neville's lost one.
No.
Her haughty, know-it-all attitude is on display from this very first scene, as she tries to get Ron to perform a spell in front of her.
Oh, are you doing magic? Let's see then.
She also proves right off the bat how advanced her magical skills are when she fixes Harry's perpetually broken glasses with a flick of her wand. Hermione pointing out the dirt on her future husband's nose is just the cherry on top.
You've got dirt on your nose, by the way. Did you know? Just there.
Number 9. Destroying the Horcrux and that kiss. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
You do it.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
Ron and Hermione's first kiss in the book differs from the one in the movie, which has divided some fans. Of course, seeing these two share their first romantic embrace was satisfying no matter the circumstances, even though Ron's concern over the house elf's safety was missed in the film. In the movie, however, we get to see an event which takes place offset in the book. Hermione destroying the Horcrux using a basilisk fang is an impressive and dramatic moment that culminates with the long-awaited first kiss. Number 8. Leviosa, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Wingardium Leviosa.
One of the most quotable moments from the first movie is when Harry, Ron, and Hermione are in Charms class learning a basic levitation spell. As this was before they were officially friends, both Ron and Harry are annoyed by Hermione's teacher's pet status and know-it-all attitude.
You're saying it wrong. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
The swish and flick she teaches Ron comes in handy, however, when they're fighting the troll in the bathroom and Ron uses the spell correctly in order to knock the troll out with his own club. It's this moment that's marked in the books as the true beginning of the trio's friendship.
Wingardium Leviosa!
Number 7. Beating Ron at disarming. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. The formation of Dumbledore's army in the 5th installment of the story is a plotline that is consistently beloved by fans. During one scene, the group is practicing dueling in the Room of Requirement so they're ready for a potential battle. In a scene that doesn't appear fleshed out in the book, Ron and Hermione are paired together for a duel, and you just know it's going to be good. No one expected Ron to win this one, but Hermione's swift defeat of him was satisfying all the same.
If I let her do that, it's good manners, isn't it? It's completely intentional.
Number 6. Organizing Dumbledore's army. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
We've got to be able to defend ourselves.
In the Order of the Phoenix, the Ministry of Magic sends one of their representatives to work at Hogwarts, and she's possibly even more evil than Lord Voldemort himself. Dolores Umbridge tortures her students, both mentally and physically, and prevents them from learning the defensive magic they need.
Hi. So, you all know why we're here?
Hermione comes up with the brilliant idea to form a secret group to practice defense against the dark arts, and even recruits all the members. The scene that takes place in the Hog's Head is one of the most loved and memorable of the series.
And if Umbridge refuses to teach us how, we need someone who will.
Number 5. Changing her parents' memories. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Hermione, tea's ready, darling.
Coming, Mum!
At the beginning of the 7th book and movie, we knew the trio would spend the rest of the series working to defeat Voldemort. We couldn't have anticipated this devastating consequence, though. Worried that Voldemort and his followers would target her parents, Hermione decided to take matters into her own hands.
Obliviate.
In the books, this scene is only mentioned, but in the movies, viewers see her image disappear from family photos as the curse to modify their memories takes effect. The magical prowess, as well as the emotional strength this must have taken, is almost unimaginable. Number 4. Identifying the monster in the Chamber of Secrets. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Wish you were here, Hermione.
Hermione establishes herself early in the series as the most proficient magic user in her year, but the stakes are raised in the 2nd book and movie, when a monster is set loose at Hogwarts and the threat of students being killed suddenly becomes very real. Hermione ends up being petrified by the monster and is stuck in a comatose state in the hospital wing. Before being attacked, however, she manages to figure out the puzzle, and a crumpled scrap of paper with a single word scrawled on it ends up saving the day.
Pipes? It's using the plumbing.
Number 3. The Yule Ball. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
She looks beautiful.
Hermione's intelligence is what she's always been known for, but her looks are more likely to be mocked than praised. In the Goblet of Fire, though, Hermione proves she's got the whole package when she gets dolled up for the Yule Ball. She shocks and impresses the other students by attending the ball with Quidditch player and Triwizard Tournament champion Victor Crumb. Her and Ron end up getting in a big fight during the dance, and while Hermione may lose her temper, it's still clear that she's in the right.
Next time there's a ball, pluck up the courage and ask me before somebody else does.
Number 2. Punching Draco Malfoy. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
You foul, loathsome, evil little cockroach!
Hermione's magical prowess and book smarts are obvious, but we had no idea until this moment in Prisoner of Azkaban that she had so much gumption. We had all been wanting to punch Draco Malfoy in the face since he was first introduced, but it took a moment of true cruelty on his part for Hermione to finally work up the courage to do it. Rather than cursing him using magic, which probably would have been far more effective, she uses her good old-fashioned muggle skills to get the job done. In the books, it's a slap rather than a punch, but the movie version packs an even greater impact.
That felt good.
Not good. Brilliant.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Charming the Beaded Bag. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Hermione is always prepared.
Undetectable extension charm.
You're amazing, you are.
Always the total surprise.
Or worse, expelled. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. She needs to sort out her priorities.
If you two don't mind, I'm going to bed before either of you come up with another clever idea to get us killed. Or worse, expelled.
Setting fire to Snape's cloak. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. He was trying to save Harry, but she wasn't to know that.
Fire! You're on fire!
Informing her friend she's not an owl. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. She's nobody's go-between.
Please don't ask me to say it again. Hagrid's looking for you.
Well, you can tell Ronald.
I'm not an owl!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Using the time turner to save Sirius and Buckbeak. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
If you succeed tonight, more than one innocent life may be spared.
Okay, at this point we can pretty much admit that Hermione saves the day at least once in every Harry Potter movie, but there's no time where this is more obvious than in The Prisoner of Azkaban. The entire climactic sequence is based on Hermione's ability to travel through time using the time turner she was given, in order to squeeze more classes into her schedule.
Come on, and we can't be seen.
She manages to convince Harry to go along with her plan and saves Buckbeak from execution and Sirius from the Dementor's kiss. It probably should have been called Hermione Granger and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Expecto Patronum!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.